So we have a day that many of us have been waiting for. It's finally here. Take a look at this. Florida's Marion County School District will be banning daily homework assignments in elementary schools starting in fall 2017. Students will be asked to simply read for 20 minutes each night. Instead, according to News 6 WKMG, students will be allowed to choose their own reading material, and teachers, libraries, and volunteers will provide guidance. If you can read well, everything else comes, Kevin Christensen, a spokesperson for the district, told WFTV Eyewitness News 9. Although daily homework won't be part of the curriculum, Christian said teachers will still occasionally assign things like research papers or science projects. Heidi Mayer, the school district's new superintendent, told the Washington Post the decision was based on research by Richard Allington, an education professor at University of Tennessee, who argued that reading boosts younger students' academic performance more than assigning them traditional homework. Yeah, I agree with this. I think it's a good move. I always thought it was kind of bullshit. Homework was bullshit because, you know, people have made the point, a comedian once made the point, like, I don't tell my teacher what to do when they go home. Why do they get to tell me what to do when I go home? Or, you know, when it comes to work, for example, the way it's supposed to be, you clock in at 9, clock out at 5, then, you know, you have other shit in life to do. So I got to go shopping, I got to pick up the kids, I got to do this, I got to do that. So could you imagine, like, and to be fair, many jobs that are salary jobs, they do have to work a lot and off hours and whatnot, but I think probably most jobs, you clock in, you clock out, and you're good. And that's the way it should be. That's the way, and when kids are young, it's like, don't you want them to also be kids a little bit and to not feel like the weight of overwhelming pressure to do menial tasks that, let's face it, most of the shit you end up learning in school is shit that you can dismiss at some point anyway. And I want to be crystal clear. I'm not arguing against school. Obviously, education is a wonderful thing. It's a fantastic thing. But I think it should be done in the most efficient way possible and in a way that works. And I know that there are many other modern countries that have kind of moved away from the, I don't know, authoritarian kind of way of doing school where the teacher, everything I say is gospel and you must do whatever I say. And they've moved more towards, I don't know, a path where you kind of pique the interest of the kids and then they go down their own path as to what they want to learn and what they want to get involved in. And, you know, I think the idea is that if something, in order to have something be educational, it also has to be something that they don't despise, because if they despise it, they're going to shut down and not want to learn anything. So you got to keep them open and interested, and the way to do that is not to be like, when you go home, you're going to, after being here all day working, when you go home, you're going to have to work for another 2 hours. Like, what the fuck is that shit? So, look, I know just from my own perspective, and maybe I have a little bit more of a rebellious streak than other people, but just on the concept alone, I was like, yeah, go fuck yourself. Like, I would do my homework, but, you know, I would half-ass it and not care, and because you put me in a corner. You put me in a position where I'm there fucking working at school all day, and then I got to go home and do some more shit that you want me to do? Bitch, I was there for 6 hours. You couldn't have me do it when I was there? The fuck is wrong with you? So you got to be, I don't know, you got to be reasonable. You got to be open-minded. I always said I thought I learned more when I wasn't in school, where I had my things I was interested in, and you'd read a lot about it when you're off school. Now it seems like they're trying to work that into the curriculum. Okay, so we're not going to do the standard homework. We're going to learn everything you have to learn. That's like some of the stuff you might not want to learn, but you should learn because it's important information. That's going to be in class, but then your homework is going to be basically reading something that you want to read. So it's like saying, find something you're interested in and pursue it. That's basically what it's like saying, and I think that's really good advice. Because I think school, the way it's worked for a long time, has made kids feel like shit when they didn't need to feel like shit. Because they feel like, oh my goodness, I don't like it when I have to sit still for fucking hours and hours and some old boring person barks at me some uninteresting stuff. Something must be wrong with me. No, nothing's wrong with you. It's just that the model we were using is pretty outdated, and now it's time for that model to evolve, not so that we can escape learning, but so that we can learn in a more efficient way. And I think this is a good first step.